Dear student, I am starting your lecture number 23 on a Colpite oscillator. The circuit diagram of a Colpite oscillator is similar to the Hartley oscillator. In Hartley oscillator, in a tank circuit, two inductor and one capacitor is used. In a Colpite oscillator, we are using two capacitor and one inductor. In this circuit, resistor R1 and R2 provides the voltage divider bias. This resistor R1 and R2 provide voltage divider bias. RE and parallel combination of RE and CE provide the self bias to the circuit. This is a coupling capacitor CC. This is a coupling capacitor for the base. Here this is your capacitor C1. This is a capacitor C2. This is a coupling capacitor. This is a radio frequency coil or choke. Here's inductor L is kept. This is a terminal number 3. This is terminal number 1. This is a 2. Already we have discussed this is a LC oscillator circuit. We have already seen the RC oscillators. RC oscillator cannot produce the high frequency. To produce the high frequency, we have to use LC oscillator. In LC oscillator, there are two oscillator circuit, not two, more than two, but we are discussing only two: Hartley oscillator and Colpite oscillator. So, in this circuit diagram of Colpite oscillator, resistor R1 and R2 provides a voltage divider bias. I am explaining the function of each component. Then we will go for the analysis. So, R1 and R2 provides you voltage divider bias. This is for the stability of the circuit. You can say the RE and CE provide the self bias. RFC is a radio frequency choke, or you can say radio frequency coil, which offer a very high impedance. You can say it is impedance of this is nothing but the j omega L. So at very high frequency you can say, so the reactance of this is very high. So this prevent the short circuiting of the power supply with the high frequency oscillating current. So power supply will not be damaged. So listen again. The radio frequency, you can say radio frequency coil offer a very high reactance at the resonance frequency, and your frequency at the oscillating frequency is very high. So frequency is very high. So this reactance offered by this is very large according to equation omega N. So this prevent the short circuiting of the power supply with high oscillating current. CC block the DC and allow only AC to the tank circuit. Now, as you switch on the power supply, some oscillating current is produced in a tank circuit, or you can say due to transient current, so voltage is developed across C2 and voltage is developed across C1. This is your feedback voltage, I should write, and this is your output voltage, I can say. This is a voltage across, this is nothing but the output. This is your output voltage across, you can say this is your C2. Between pin number 1 and 3, output voltage is developed. Between 2 and 3, your feedback voltage is developed. Between 2 and 3. Remember. This is I am writing Z1, this is Z2, and this is your Z3. Now we know that for a oscillator, the condition are KV is equal 1, KAV should be 1, and positive feedback should be introduced. Positive feedback should be introduced. So let us see how you can get the positive feedback. These transistors produce 180-degree phase shift. Then transistor is associated circuit, means that amplifier. This your amplifier circuit produce the signal having a 180-degree phase shift. And here at some time this tank circuit also produces a 180 circuit. At some instant, if the terminal 1 is positive with respect to 3, then at the same instant terminal 2 should be negative with respect to 3. Means if this is positive at some time with respect to 3, at the same time 2 will be negative with respect to 3. So you can see that there is a 180 phase shift degree is produced between the voltage across C2 and voltage across C1. Means there is a 180 degree between VO and VF. 180 degree is produced by common emitter amplifier circuit. 180 degree is produced by the tank capacitor. So total 360 degree phase shift is produced. Hence condition for positive feedback is obtained, or condition for the sustained oscillation is satisfied. Again I am telling you, this provides voltage divider bias. Parallel combination of RE and C provide the self bias. RFC is a radio frequency coil that offer a very high reactance at the oscillating frequency. As a result, the power supply is prevented from getting short circuiting with this high value of the AC current, because at high frequency these offer a very high reactance, so this will not be short circuited with the AC current. Coupling capacitor block the DC and allow only AC to the tank circuit. As power supply is switched on, some transient current is produced. As a result, voltage is developed across C2 and C1, and this common emitter produce 180 degree phase shift. At some time, terminal 1 is positive with respect to ground, means zero potential. Means terminal 1 is positive with respect to terminal 3, which is ground or which is zero potential. At the same instant, terminal 2 will be negative with respect to terminal 3. So there is a 180 degree phase shift produced between VO and VF. This is VO actually, this is VO. So this is nothing but the, you can say voltage, this is nothing but the VO. So there is a total phase shift between the, for input signal and the feedback is nothing but the, you can say 360 degree, or you can say 0. So condition for sustained oscillation takes place. Now let us do the analysis. I am discussing analysis. the voltage is developed across this, you can write the voltage gain is equal to AI RL upon Ri. You know this equation. So here I am writing AI ZL upon this is Ri is nothing but the what, let I like later on. The feedback factor K is nothing but the Vf upon Vo. So we'll use this equation. We'll put all this value in this equation. We'll put this A value of AV and K in above equation. Let us put this value and get the answer of the frequency of oscillation. Now to calculate this AV and K, let us first draw its equivalent circuit. So already the equivalent circuit we have drawn in Hartley oscillator, same circuit is there. In that Z1 is L1, Z2 is L2 and Z3 is L. In this Z1 is C1, Z2 is C2 and Z3 is L. So let us draw the equivalent circuit. The equivalent circuit of a Colpite oscillator I am showing here. This is the HI. This already we have discussed. This is your Z1. This is your terminal number 3. This is your Z2. This is your current source HFE into IB. This is your we have written C2. This is your C1. This is your Z3. It is an inductor L. This is a collector current IC. This is the same circuit we have used in a Hartley oscillator. Only change is in a Hartley oscillator we have written Z1 is L1, Z2 is L2 and Z3 is C. Here Z1 is C, Z2 is C2 and L. Now we have to write equation of current gain, then equation of voltage gain and feedback factor K. So this is already we have written feedback voltage. This is your we have written your VO. So you know what is the voltage gain? It is AI. Instead of RL I am writing now ZL upon RI. So what is ZL? ZL is nothing but the effective load across which output voltage is developed. So this is the effective load I am showing you here. This is your across Z2 you are getting output, but with the Z2 another component is also connected. So I have to consider Z1 and Z3. Look here, this is your terminal number 1, this is terminal number 3, this is 2 I am showing you. Look here, the terminal 2 is here, so that I am showing you. Between 2 and 3, this terminal 3 you can say there is HI. So this is your ground and this is terminal number 3 you can say. This is terminal number 3. This is your terminal number 1. So this is your ZL. So means here is your output voltage developed across Z2. So I have to not consider only Z2. Reason is that with Z2, Z3 is there and Z1 is there. So I have to consider all effect. That's why I have drawn like this. So ZL is nothing but you can say Z2 parallel. Z2 is parallel with Z3 plus Z1 parallel HI. So my Z2, if I write Z1 parallel HI is equal to Z1 dash, so I can write this is Z3 plus Z1 dash upon Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 dash. Now, what is my equation of voltage gain? Voltage gain AI is minus HAV. You know, AI is nothing but the minus HAV. RI is nothing but the HI. So it is upon HIE multiplied by ZL, Z2 into Z3 plus Z1 dash upon, you can write Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 dash. Now let us find the value of K. Feedback factor K is nothing but the AV by V feedback voltage upon this. So current it is Z1 parallel HI upon current into Z3 plus Z1 parallel HI. Look here, this is output voltage across this. Means current multiplied by this reactance have written. This is a feedback voltage. So current multiplied by this reactance. So this is your VO, this is your VF. So that's how I have written. So feedback factor K is nothing but the Z1 dash upon Z3 plus Z1 dash. This is the things, Z1 dash upon Z3 plus Z1 dash. Now, so let us simplify. KAV should be 1. Loop gain should be real for sustained oscillation. Positive feedback should be there, means total phase shift is 0 or 360. Second is loop gain should be 1. So let us put the value of K and AV in this equation. So I am putting the value of K in this equation. I am writing this is Z1 dash upon Z3 plus Z3 plus Z1 dash multiplied by AV minus HAV upon HI into Z2 Z3 plus Z1 dash upon Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 dash. This should be 1. So you can see here this is cancelled. So I can write minus HAV upon HI into Z1 dash Z2 upon Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 dash is equal to 1. So I can write Z1 dash Z2 upon Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 dash should be, it is nothing but the minus HI upon HAV. Put this value here. Put here some value. I am putting this value. Put here Z1 dash. What is Z1 dash? Z1 dash is equal to Z1 HIE upon Z1 plus HI. Okay. So I can write Z1 into HI upon Z1 plus HI into Z2 upon Z2 plus Z3 plus Z1 HI upon Z1 plus HI is equal to minus HI upon HAV. Now look here. So you can easily simplify. Already we did in a Hartley oscillator. So this is first cancel. So Z1, Z2 upon Z2, Z1 plus Z3, Z1 plus HI I have taken common, Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equal to minus 1 upon HAP. Or I can write this is minus HAP into Z1 Z2 plus Z2 Z1 plus Z3 Z1 plus HIE into Z1 into Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 should be 0. Then if I write 0, then this should be plus. This is the similar equation we have derived in a Hartley oscillator. Up to this treatment is same. Up to this treatment is same. Now, what is the new thing? New thing is Z1 is nothing but we have to write minus J by omega C1. We have to put Z2 is nothing but the minus J by omega C2, and Z3 is nothing but the J omega L. So let us put the value here, HFE into minus J by omega C1 into minus J by omega C2 plus what is Z2 minus this is your J upon omega C2. What is Z1 minus J by omega C1 plus what is Z3 J omega L. Z3 is minus J by omega C plus HI. This is minus J by omega C1 minus J by omega C2 plus J omega L should be 0. So let us look here. Let us simplify more. This is J into J square. That is minus still one minus sign is left. So this is HAP upon omega square C1 C2 J square. So it is minus 1 upon omega square C1 C2 plus this is J into J square. It is plus L upon C. You can see omega is cancelled. This omega is cancelled. J into J square is minus plus HIE plus HI. I'll take the J common. It is minus 1 upon omega C1 minus 1 upon omega C2 plus omega L should be 0. Now in this imaginary part should be 0. This part is 0. So I would write this part should be 0. So I can write HIE into J means directly you can do. I can write it is nothing but the minus 1 upon omega C1 minus 1 upon omega C2 plus omega L is equal to 0. So omega L is equal to I can write 1 upon omega into 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So I can write this is the omega square is equal to 1 upon L into 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So your frequency of oscillation, I can write your frequency of oscillation F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into 1 upon L into 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So this is your root I can write, or I can write F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi into root 1 by L into C1 plus C2 C1 plus C2 upon C1 C2. This is your frequency of oscillation. You have to remember this equation. I think it is very easy to derive the equation of frequency of oscillation. Now, let us put this value. See, here I have to put 0. Here I have to put 0. To derive the equation of the condition, let us derive the equation of the what condition for sustained oscillation. Here, if I put this value 0, here in this equation, this is 0 means remaining part. See, let me show like this. See here, in here I am putting this is 0. If I am putting 0, so I will get minus HFE upon omega square C1 C2. So this way, this is your 0. So this is 0. So if this is 0, see I have kept this value in this equation, I have kept 0. So here this should be equal to 0. So here I have taken this common, so it is inside HAP plus 1 plus lambda. Now, so I can write 1 upon omega square C1 C2 HAP plus 1 is equal to L by C. So I can write HAP plus 1 is equal to L by C into 1 upon, this is your omega square C1 C2. Here we have to mention this is C1. This is C1. We have to mention C1. See here. Z3 is J1. Z3 is this. J1 is minus J by omega C1. So C1. So don't do the mistake here. C1, only C1 I have. 1 is not added. So C1 here. Just C1. C1 has to write. Now, so C1 has to write. So HAP plus 1 is equal to L by C1. So C1 is cancelled. So I can here write only L into C2 multiplied by omega square. What is omega square? 1 upon L into 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So I can write HAP plus 1. See the omega square you have written. Put here omega square is equal to 1 upon L into 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So I can write this is your C2 into bracket 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So I can write it is HAP plus 1 is equal to C2 by C1 plus 1. So I can write the gain should be minimum, at least it should be C2 by C1, or I can write HAP should be or greater or equal to C2 by C1. This is a condition for the sustained oscillation. This is a condition for sustained oscillation. So in this we have derived the frequency of oscillation. We have derived the frequency of oscillation, this, and we have derived the you can say we have derived this condition for sustained oscillation. Let us do some numerical of based on Colpitts oscillator. In Colpitts oscillator, C1 is given 0.2 microfarad and C2 is equal to 0.02 microfarad. If the frequency of oscillator is 10 kilohertz, find the value of inductor. What the value of inductor? Also find the gain for the required gain for the oscillation. Answer. We know the frequency equation. F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root of 1 by L into 1 upon C1 plus 1 upon C2. So let us, this is your F square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi square into 1 by L C1 plus C2 into C1 C2. So L is equal to, you can write 1 upon 4 pi square into F square. This is C1 plus C2 upon C1 C2. So you can calculate the value of L. So I'll put such numerically in a quiz for a Moodle platform. On a Moodle platform I put, you have to find the answer and you have to write there. Now second, what is the equation of gain? So already you have written gain should be, look in your, see here current gain. For voltage gain, remember, for voltage gain this should be greater or equal to, it is C1 by C2. For current gain it should be C2 by C1. For voltage gain C1 by C2. This is a numerical number 1. Now numerical number 2. Numerical number 2 I am discussing. In a Colpitts oscillator, value of the C1 is given the 100 pf. C2 they have given it is 7500 pf, and you have kept variable inductor, variable L, you have kept variable inductor. Okay. Find range of the inductor to vary frequency F between 950 kilohertz to 2050 kilohertz. Such numerical already we did in a Hartley oscillator. In that capacitance we have varied. Here we are varying the inductor. Answer. C1 it is 100 pf. C2 is your 7500 pf. Frequency F1 is 950 kilohertz. F2 I am writing 2050 kilohertz. Find the value of L maximum and L minimum. Range means this. You know the equation. F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi L one upon 2 pi 1 upon L into C1 plus C2 upon C1 C2. You know this equation. When F is minimum, L is maximum. So it means here you take F 950 kilohertz and When F is maximum, F is maximum, L is minimum. So here you have to take 2050 kilowatts. So here you can write nothing but you can do yourself, and just I am putting F square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi square into 1 upon L into bracket C1 plus C2 into C1 C2. So L, you can say maximum is equal to 1 upon 4 pi square into F1 square into C1 plus C2 upon C1 C2. This you have to find out. This you have to find out, remember. And L minimum you can write 1 upon 4 pi square F2 square into C1 plus C2 upon C1 into C2. You have to find out this. And I'll put the question, same question on a Moodle. Okay, in this numerical you find the value of L maximum, L minimum. So where is the use of this Colpite oscillator? And it is used in a radio receiver. In radio receivers, you have to, so in a mixer section, local oscillator is used. So in a local oscillator, frequency is very large. LO is required very large frequency. So Colpite and oscillator is used in a local oscillator. So I am putting a question. A Colpite oscillator is used as the local oscillator in an AM radio receiver to produce frequency from 1 to 2 megahertz. First questions. Find minimum the minimum value of inductor find the inductance of the coil if minimum capacitance obtainable is 43 pf. B, what should be the maximum value of C to provide the necessary frequency? C, what frequency would be produced if this coil were used in a Hartley oscillator circuit with C is equal to 100 pf. See here, listen, answer. See here the frequency range is given 1 to 2 megahertz. So I should write my frequency range is F minimum is 1 megahertz, or you can say it is F, and F maximum, let me say it is F2, it is your 2 megahertz. Question: find the inductance of the coil if the minimum capacity 43 pf. Look here they have given only value of the C, not C1 and C2, not C1 and C2, but C minimum, C is minimum. So C minimum they have given 43 pf. I have to use the equation F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LC. When C is minimum, frequency is maximum. So when C is minimum, frequency is maximum. Remember, here C minimum is given. C minimum is given. So F is maximum. Therefore, take F is equal to F2 is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LC. Put here F2 is equal to 2 megahertz, 2 into 10 raised to 6, two into 10 raised to 6, or C is equal to C minimum, I should write 43 pf means 43 into 10 raised to minus 12 and find L. Find L. Remember, this is the way you have to do. So they are asking you what the question. See, try to understand the questions. Find the inductance of the coil means you have to find L when C minimum is this one. C minimum means immediately you have to get the idea F is maximum. F is maximum, so I have to use this value. I cannot use this value to find the L. So I put value of 2 megahertz. Here C is minimum, you find the L. Second, what should be the maximum range of C to provide necessary frequency? So we have to do F is equal to 1 upon 2 pi root LC. Here F I will take 1 megahertz. L is this value you have to keep and find the value of C. So C is nothing but the 1 upon 4 pi square F1 square into L, because once they have given the minimum, this C minimum, so I have to find C maximum. So I have to find C maximum. So you have to find C maximum and you will put on a model. Now third, what will the frequency produce if this coil were used in a Hartley oscillator which is 100 pf? Means you should get the clarity. Equation of Hartley oscillator, they have not given L or L to anything, so I use this. So L is Already you've taken this D cell, I have to put here. And C is 100 PF. So 100 into 10 raised to minus 12 Farad. And from this you find the frequency. By putting the value of L, this whatever you have calculated here in A, that value you have to keep in a B also, that value you have to keep in a C also, and C is given, you can calculate the value of F. So this such numerical I will put on a Moodle quiz. Here is the, you can say, end of the lecture of the Colpit oscillator. Let us discuss the one more topic, the maximum frequency of oscillation for a given transistor. See, we know that the frequency of oscillation depends upon the transistor and its associated circuit. We know. Now, we have already discussed initially the frequency of the oscillation depends upon amplifier, feedback network, or sometime both. It means the frequency of oscillations of a given oscillator depends upon the transistor in its associated circuit. But at a higher frequency, the capacitance effect or capacitance of the transistor affect the phase relationship. As a result, for a high frequency oscillation, one has to consider the junction capacitance of a transistor. So there is some upper limit of a frequency of oscillation beyond which the Barkhausen criteria is not satisfied. There is some upper limit of the frequency of oscillation for a given transistor beyond which the Barkhausen criteria is not satisfied. Maximum upper limit of a frequency of oscillation, F maximum, is given by this equation, where Ft is a transistor short circuit current gain bandwidth product. RBB dash is a base spreading resistance. It means it is a resistance of the base lead. This is a junction capacitance between collector and base, you can say. So this equation says that if we take some data, I'll give you some data, for transistor, if Ft is equal to 300 megahertz, RBB dash is suppose 140 ohm, and C dash C is equal to 4 PF, then maximum frequency of oscillation you can get is 146 megahertz. Means this discussion show that F maximum is less than Ft. Ft is nothing but the transistor short circuit, common emitter, current gain. It is a short circuit, common emitter, you can say current gain, bandwidth products. This is for the common emitter in short. ft. But this is not true for every time. So this is not every time true f maximum is less than ft. But if RBB dash CB dash C is less or equal to 1 upon 8 pi ft, then you can get f maximum is greater than ft. Every time this is not necessary, but if this product is less or equal to 1 upon 8 pi ft, then you can get frequency of oscillation more than ft. Okay. Here is the end of this lecture. In this lecture we have discussed the Colpitts oscillator, it's some numerical, and how much maximum frequency of oscillation you can get. Maximum frequency of oscillation you can get up this much, where ft is a short circuit current gain bandwidth product for common emitter, is a base spreading relation, is a collector to base junction. So maximum this much frequency of oscillation you can get. If it means f maximum is always less than ft, but if the RBB dash CB dash is less or equal to 1 upon 8 pi ft, then we can get also f maximum greater than ft. Okay, thank you.